everybody, it's Glenn from Fun King 3D, and this is definitely an impromptu live stream. I didn't even schedule it. I didn't make any announcements, so I don't know if anybody's going to show up for this. I'm pretty sure there's nobody in here watching right now, so I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay. The AM8 is alive, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Give me a second here. I'm going to hop on over to the Twitters and see if I can drum up some people to pop in. And yes, I probably should have scheduled this, but that isn't any fun. Hey, I do have people in here. Thomas from Arduino Makes is here, and I'm watching my stream and it looks a little choppy. Show him from Askew View 3D. Welcome. Mike Whaley, the Golden Nation Light, and Zion. Guys, I just did this on a whim because this guy is finally printing. I guess I should give you a better view of that. In fact, you probably want to look at that more so than me. So let's see if we can get a little better focus on that. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see if I can pop this chat out so I can see it a little better. Harley Martin is here with us. Hello, Harley. Thomas wants to know what mine and Xander's favorite color are. Well, black and yellow, absolutely. Xander's favorite color is yellow. I'm also a big fan of red, so I know that doesn't really help. I don't specifically have a favorite color, so. Hello, Derek Matthews. Hello, NJ Printing. Hello, Adam81. Hello, Dieter. I'm going to mess up your last name. Is it Grothier? So is the AM8 a kit for your ANET, or is it just a list of parts and STLs? Thanks. Zion, there is actually a kit that you can order. It's called, I want to say it's Rat Rig, that you can order the pieces. And like it comes as a kit, all the parts come together. If you go to Thingiverse and search AM8, you will find the build of materials and like where to order the stuff from. The only problem is Mr. Metric is shutting down, so you have to find a different source for your hardware. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I mean, if I had a second AM8, I would do it again. I mean, it took me a long time, and not because it takes a long time, but because I did most of it on film. So yeah, well worth it. It was awesome. Derek Matthews, your message got iced there. I released it. Derek Matthews would like a few more subs if anybody cares to go and follow him. I don't have Xander over here with me today. He's playing video games with his friend on the other side of this wall, and so I'm not really going to be working. I'm just going to try to follow your chats. So if I miss anything, hit me up again. And let me know if something goes wrong with the audio, because I think the batteries that run my receiver, it got left on, so they may be a little bit low. So if my audio drops out, let me know right away and I will fix it. Mike Whaley says he was going to take a nap because nobody was on today. Well, I didn't intend to be on today. Honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, I was working on this without being on camera, and that was really only because I didn't have Xander here. And so I decided that I was just going to tidy up the wires and get everything plugged in. And I did run into a problem with this, and that was that the Z was binding. As it would come down, all of a sudden this side would go and it would go out of whack. Well, it turns out that the X carriages were too far apart, and it was actually bowing. It was bowing this smooth rod. So I took it out and I used a drill bit, and I drilled out just a little tiny bit. Like every time it would grab, I was real slow, and every time it would grab, I would just pull out. So I drilled it out just a little bit, put it back together, and now, as you can see, we have a print going. So yes, everyone smashed the thumbs up. Did I miss something? Adam81 says out of stock at the moment, but I don't know what we're talking about. But whatever it is, oh, it must be the rat rig set. Yeah, just go get the building materials off of Thingiverse. It wasn't really. I mean, like right down to the part numbers they've put in there. It wasn't that hard to do. Now I ordered black extrusion so that I could have a black and yellow printer. If that's not absolutely crucial to you, don't do it. It was quite a bit more money because of these black corner brackets, plus the corner brackets are different. You can 3D print the corner brackets instead, but I felt that it would be way more rigid with the aluminum, and I think that I could literally take this printer, and if I could power it, I could walk down the road with it while it was printing. It is so stable. It is so stable now. Is Xander playing Fortnite? No, he is playing Roblox because he's playing with his friend who's on Zach's machine, and Zach's machine is not strong enough to run Fortnite. Did you see our new LED panel, Noah and Joshua? I did not. I'm not even sure what you're talking about, but I'm sure I will. The Golden Nation light, it is printing a Benchy. Oddly enough, when I fired this up, I didn't have an Octopi hooked to it because I didn't have another one. Being that it's been out of commission for a while, I didn't have an Octopi, so I ended up stealing the Octopi off of the E12, off of Taserface. And when I fired it, I still had the card. I saved the card, and when I fired it up, the last thing I uploaded to this was 7 months ago. So this has been out of whack for 7 months. So I just took a Benchy that I had already sliced from way back when, because I don't even have a profile in my slicer for this right now, and I just threw that G-code file over onto here. And I'll tell you, the hull of the boat is a little, I don't know if it's layer shift yet. We'll figure out when it's done. So, Jason wanted Xander to know they can now play cross-platform Fortnite together. Now, did it finally release? That's fantastic news. I will definitely let him know. I remember to do that right away today. Okay, got to meet Vicky, Soma, and Matt today. That's awesome. Adam, that is awesome. I take it that you went to Maker Faire Nova Maker Faire. That is cool. That is cool. I am pleased that Matt finally decided that he's going to go to Murph this year. I met him at he actually crashed in our hotel room last year at Maker Faire, New York Maker Faire. And so it'll be nice to see him and the family again. All right, Thomas, thanks for popping in, buddy. And again, if I don't talk to you before Murph, I'll see you there, and you make sure you find me if I don't find you first. Yeah, show him what I did with that hand cannon was I had Xander put his hand on paper like he was holding the gun. I had him put it down on paper, and I traced around it, and then I had him put his hand flat like this, and I measured it, and then I just scaled it up to where the grip matched his hand, and the rest of it just came along with it. And then again, we sliced it with mesh mixer and laid it down on the bed like this, which did leave a seam around it, but no supports that way. Hey, Joel. Yes. I'm so excited for Murph, Joel. I'm so excited. It's going to be a long week, and it's a short week. So, I mean, it's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I have meetings all day tomorrow. And, yeah, it's going to kill me. And then now we find out there's going to be snow, so that's cool. The kids will get to see snow. So I was the one who took the pic for you and Vicky at her table. Oh, that was directed at Adam. I was going to say, I don't remember anybody taking a picture of me and Vicky. We haven't met yet. Murph is in Goshen, Indiana. It's the Midwest Rep Festival. It takes part in the middle of nowhere, a town called Goshen. And that is this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think Joel just did a quick stab and go. Joel, if you're here, that video today was just awesome watching you and Bill glue that together. No, it's all right. It's all right. No need to apologize. I just figured you had popped in and went. That's all right. I know you're a busy guy. Toto guy! How are you, brother? Yes, you did make it to a live stream because I'm not doing it way late at night. Again, for those of you who just joined me, I really didn't plan on doing this. I was just kind of tidying up some wires, and I ran into an issue with the smooth rods, and so I got all that fixed up, and I thought, well, I'm going to try printing, and it started printing, and then I thought, oh my God, I have to share this with you guys. So I didn't even schedule this live stream. I just went in, punched the button, and went live. So you know, once in a while, Joel, you have to release a long video. You know, I mean, I know most of yours are short and quick, but you know, once in a while we need that much content. We need that much Joel all at one time. So, but I had actually, like, when I first started watching it and I was watching you guys glue the parts together, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be like an 8-hour video. But I guess once you see, you know, like a certain amount of gluing together, but no, it was awesome. I'm glad that you guys showed, you know, putting the metal pins in and the aluminum in the nose and stuff. That was awesome. It's very, very, very helpful. Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Gearing up for Murph, and we're really excited. It's been a crazy busy week. I don't know if you guys can see, just right here, right here, the Prusa is still churning out maker coins, so I know that I have enough. I'll have about 100 of them with me. So first 100 people, I guess, get them, and then the rest of you have to go without. Currently building a model F-18 Super Hornet. Would that be, this is the Golden Nation Light. Is it like a model kit or something that you 3D printed? I got Joel's video on my TV and this on my tablet multitasking. That's a good way to get all that content in. The only thing about Joel's video is when he sands, and that made my skin crawl. The problem with video that Bill and I do together is that there is so much good information and it's hard to cut anything out. That's definitely understandable. Bill does things that most of us 3D printers don't get to do, and so it's kind of neat to absorb his talents. So Joel, I do have a question for you, and I was gonna wait until I seen you, but I got to know because you know Bill, and Bill knows Adam Savage. Have you ever met Adam Savage? Because it's kind of a little dream of mine to meet Adam Savage. I told Joel he should get DuPont to sponsor it since it was so colorful. Yeah, but then you'd have to actually paint it with DuPont products, and I think that would take away from it. I think it's amazing the way it is. It's a model kit. Okay, so the F-18 Super Hornet is a model kit. And nothing wrong with that. I was just curious because I like planes, and if there was a F-18 out there, I would go check it out to see about printing it. Thanks, Joel. It was from you. I subscribed to Fun King, so thanks for that also. Yes, absolutely, Joel. Thank you so much. You brought me a lot of these wonderful people. Martin from Iceland is here. Hello, Martin. I guess I'm on early enough for you. Also met Matt with Printed Solid. He's a good guy. He's a good. I was going to say he's a good solid guy, but that would be kind of a weird pun. But he's a really great guy. Hello, Amy Lawson. Martin, I'm printing a Benchy, and I know that's not really exciting, but it's the AM8. I don't know if I punch over to the main here, you can see it. This was the conversion I did on my ANET A8 to an aluminum frame, and I realized today that it took me 7 months from start to finish. That's how slow I was on this project. Not that it takes that long, it just, I was doing it all behind camera in little bits at a time. So, but it's finally finished and it's exciting. Matt is good people, absolutely. I was getting ready to watch Joel's latest one-year live stream started. Woo! I overtook Joel. But I bet if Joel was going live at the same time, you would have went there. I would have went there. Xander is playing video games on the other side of this wall. He's got a friend over today, so they're playing video games over on the other side of the wall. 2100 here. That's 9 p.m. That's a perfect time, because usually I don't go on until like late, and then it's too late for Martin, and he has to go to bed. I told how I do it. He looked taller on YouTube. Yeah, Matt's a very short guy. He was not what I expected because I had seen him on video, but when I met up with him in New York, I was waiting outside the Fat Cat Fab Lab for him, and like he was walking right towards me. I didn't even realize it was him. We also found Fun King 3D thanks to the 3D printing nerd and many of you good people here from Fun King 3D. Ron, the Happy Extruder is here. Hello, Ron. No, it's not really a nice print. It's just a benchy, but it's the first print on the AM8 upgrade, and I'm so excited. Hey, Glenn, I finally got my frame parts to build my AM8 style build, but I've not been well, so I've not started it yet. I'm going for a bigger bed, but I'm stuck deciding on a new direct drive extruder. Well, I kind of have been playing with putting an E3D on here with a Bondtech extruder setup, which will exceed the price of the printer just in itself, but I think it would be amazing. And I kind of, in my head, did the math on it, and everything that I've thrown into this printer, I could have bought a whole nother one. So it wasn't a cheap project, but this thing is solid. It was a very good printer to me before, don't get me wrong, but it's super great now. I mean, I've got the RepRap Y carriage on here now. I got a better power supply. I did the MOSFET upgrade. Of course, the aluminum frame. So it just really, I think the only thing left is the main board, which is going to go to Marlin, and like the steppers and switches and stuff. That's really the only thing that I've got left from ANET. So, and the main board may go away eventually too. I don't know. You guys are getting ahead of me. I don't have Xander to read my chat for me. Hi. Gone 9 p.m. here in Wales. Matt and I are about the same height. Chris, practical printing is also smaller than he looks on video. Well, maybe he stands up on maybe he's got a platform back there. That would be funny if we found that out to be true. The Happy Extruder, Ron, dude, 2018 should be the year in which we collab on something. Yes, you guys should. Sup, other Ron? There's a lot of Rons and Jameses. NJ Printing is 2 subs away from 150. If you guys don't know this, Noah and Joshua are high school age brothers that do 3D printing videos, and they're relatively new to it, and they recently broke the 100 mark, and now they're rolling up on the 150 mark. So they're growing very, very quickly. It's pretty awesome. So if you guys want to, you can go check out their channel. Hi. I'd like a Bondtech. I looked at the E3D one, and it's going to lose a height, but I might figure it out how to lift it up. I would prefer Bondtech with the Titan Arrow, but it's not possible yet. Hey, you put your mind to it and anything's possible. I don't know. I just think that would be a crazy extruder setup. And I hate Bowden. I hate Bowden printers. They're probably fine. I just have a hard time with them. The retraction is weird to me. So I get frustrated with it. So I like all my stuff to be direct. What is your favorite printer that you have? I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but my Prusa MK2S is my absolute go-to. I can sling just about anything at that and not worry about it, and it just prints. It just prints. Not to say that it doesn't mess up, but it's just so reliable and so rock solid. So it's definitely a favorite. My second favorite is probably this one now because of the amount of work I put into it. But I like my Robo as well now that it's printing finally. All right, Joel, I don't know if you've already gone because it's way back there and there's a delay, but thank you, brother, and we'll see you in just days. And you better be prepared for that Fun King hug because it's coming, brother. If you schedule well, I wasn't thinking about a collab where he actually came here. I was thinking they were just going to do something, online, but anytime I can get together with Joel. But, y'all should know that Ron the Happy Extruder and I only live about a half hour apart, and the only two times that we've ever, been together was in New York and in Gainesville. I don't know. I keep asking him to go to lunch, and he keeps blowing me off. No, that's not true. Oh, Josh is in middle school. I thought you guys were both in high school. All right, well, they're middle school and high school age brothers. That makes it even better. It's so awesome that you two do stuff together like this. My two just fight all the time and don't ever want to play together. So it's awesome that you two have a common interest. Uh, 3D Maker Kid, you said call? I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's for somebody else or try to get a little better angle on that. That should work. Thanks for encouragement, Glenn. Haha, I agree. I hate Bowden. It's like adding extra things to go wrong. Well, no matter what, somebody had to do everything the first time. So why not you? Why not let it be you? As long as it's not a situation where it's your only printer and you're going to be down for 6 months while you're trying to figure it out, or if it's something that's going to be excessively costly, that kind of stuff. But yeah, give it a go. Be the first person. It'll be awesome. So I switched my A8 to Bowden and quickly switched back. Yeah, a lot of people went to Bowden on the AM8s, but I hate Bowden, and I'm getting so many of them now. So, Fun King 3D. Oh, it's Ron. Brew it, print it, build it, blast it. What finally fixed the Robo? I did. I just finally dedicated some time to it, and I got in there. What I ended up doing was I got everything level, and I let it auto level, but I set an offset in the start G code. And first I set it crazy, like 2 millimeters. And so it would go and I didn't load any filament. I just told it to print and I would watch where it would go. And then I would bring it down. I'd say, all right, that's a good millimeter too much. No, in fact, what I ended up doing was I stopped it in the middle of a print and then I manually brought it down with Octoprint. I brought it down 0.1 millimeter at a time until it was almost to the bed. And then I put the paper underneath there. And that's what I used as my offset in my start G code. So, and it's not perfect yet. I still got to dial it in, but it will print. It will print quite pleasantly. See, now I talked too much and it went off the screen. I love my A8, but I'm going to make it better. I would highly recommend anyone with the A8, you learn a lot from it. Oh yeah. Even with the recent, my A8 almost burned my house down. I would still recommend an A8, but there is things that you got to do. Cable management is probably the most important thing that you can do. And I say that with a bunch of wires hanging out of my box over here, but I'm not done yet. The important wires are secured. So I like the A8. I'm not even sure why I did this. My A8 was printing so beautifully that I would put the prints against. In fact, I have a Benchy from my A8 and a Benchy from my Prusa, and you'd be hard-pressed to guess which one was which. So, but the biggest thing with the frame on the A8 was anytime you moved it, if you picked it up to get something out from underneath it, you had to re-level the bed. And I kind of hoped that this frame would fix that. So, if it isn't my favorite floppy-headed Americans, James is here. Americans aren't floppy-headed. That's the Canadians are beady eyes and flappy heads. Collaborations are fun. Just did one with Chris at Practical Printing. That was awesome. We were really hoping that Chris was going to come on the stream, but we understand the whole jet lag thing. So, God, James, I can't wait. I can't wait for Murph. I can't wait to finally meet you face to face, so I can slap you down for all the mean things you've ever said to me. We released separate videos at the same time today. What time did that happen? I don't know if I got notification on that. I'm going to have to go look. I've been kind of busy today, but I will definitely go check those out. Oh, that's the Hawaii train, right? I got to get caught up. You guys are getting too far ahead of me. Yeah, I'm sorry if I've missed anything. If it was super fun or important, post it again because I'm talking too much and I can't read. Fun King, does the case around the Robo make it quieter? No, but it does make it a pain in the rump to work on. I mean, it's cool. I love the way it looks and stuff, but when you got to get in there and fidget with stuff, it's really tight. It's one zip tie and 4 screws to get the case off, but it's still kind of a pain. Cable management, MOSFET, and better bed wires. Mine is almost stock completely. And that's exactly what I did. I'm running 14 gauge wire to the bed and from the power supply to the 2 MOSFETs. And then I have 16 gauge wire running the power supply to the main board and from the main board to the wires that are factory on the heater. And my bed is soldered with the cable retention. I forget what they call it, the heat bed cable clamp or holder, or don't forget to return the subs. Oh yes, everybody subscribe to everybody. We all need to support one another. Adam81, did I get my Ultra Base for the AM8? I did. It's actually in the drawer, and I was going to put it on, but what I got to do is I got to move my limit switch up the thickness of the bed, because I can't crank the screws down far enough to make up for the difference of the bed, the Ultra Base. James says, I won't be at Murph. Bullcrap. I'm totally calling you out on that right now. I guess I'll have to drive to Canada to slap you down. You better be at Murph. Everyone print our designs and post videos. Yes, so Skewed View 3D does some pretty amazing designs, and they're pumping out like 35 of them a day. So go and check out their Thingiverse or their My Mini Factory. Toto Guy says, hi James, I always seen you on the live streams. I watch them usually the day after, and you are amusing. He is a pretty funny guy. He can almost match me wit for wit. I really should put the chat over here so I'm like looking at you guys while I'm talking, but this monitor sucks. It's really hazy and I don't know if I could even read it. So, and I usually keep the OBS over here so that Xander can watch himself. I thought I seen Xander's name roll by somewhere in there. If somebody asked about Xander, he's here. He's just on the other side of the wall here playing video games with a friend of his. Oh, there he is right there. Not even in his Fun King shirt. This is only like, since we went to wearing Fun King, well, at least it's a Maker Faire shirt. Since we went to wearing our Fun King shirts, this is only like the third time Xander's ever been on camera without a Fun King shirt on. You can talk, you just have to talk loud.
I think it was like second or first. Yeah, second maybe?
Well, there was the reaction to James's high five video. Yeah, it might just be the second.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Hi guys.
We'll go back over here to the benchy. Everybody's here. This wasn't even scheduled. Joel was in here earlier, but you missed him.
Oh, I missed Joel. Okay, see ya.
James, take Kane's blade to Murph. Wait, can you? Who said I was going to snow next week and at Murph? I'm in Wisconsin. It doesn't say nothing about snow here. Yeah, I'm getting behind again. I have to jump down. So my new bed will be an odd size, but I'm going to use silicone 220 volt heater with a 20 volt. Well, here 220 volt heater wouldn't make sense, but and cut my lower bed plate out of 4 or 5 inch aluminum sheet. Look into a machined aluminum plate, and I forget what it's called now. But it's actually it's not rolled aluminum. It's not just cold rolled aluminum. It's actually machined out. It'll be perfectly flat. I'm considering that for the E12 because the bed on that thing is bowl shaped. My heart skipped a beat at 35 designs a day. 3 a week. 3 a week is what a Skewed View 3D is putting out. It just seems like so many. That's so much work. So, and keep in mind, he has a day job. Like, he actually works a job too. This isn't it. So, Sholm said, "Sup, Xander?" Ron said, "Xander's out of uniform." That's probably really loud. I'll quit yelling. That's probably really loud to you guys. Hey, Xander, click the link on the letter. Hey, he's such a goober, isn't he? Guest appearance, Xander. Hey, hi, Xander cameo. Toto, go watch my high five video, and I am funnier than Glenn. I got to admit that every time, and I still go back and watch it every once in a while, that video makes me belly laugh every time. It was just the perfect reaction, you know. Not even so much the bleeping, the look on your face, James. You have a stock fan shroud. Oh, actually, you know, now you say that, I don't even have the shroud on there at all. I don't have any what do they call it, wind mouth on there at all. I forgot to put it on. Otherwise, I have a Noctua fan on this side, and then I replaced this fan with a quieter one and put my awesome Fun King guy on there. But thanks for calling me out on the fan shroud, because I totally forgot the wind mouth. James, you're legend in your own mind. NJ Printing is 2 subs away from 150. If you can't find that machined aluminum, shoot me an email, glenn@funking3d.com, and I will see if I can find the information for it. It's not cheap. It'll be like $50, but it will be so totally flat. And I say $50, that's for a 300 by 300 millimeter. So, and then you'll have to put a heater on it. I a lot. I really have to stop that. Our school has a MakerBot that broke. Yep. NJ Printing's school was kind enough to send their MakerBot home so that that they can attempt to fix it. Just don't get roped into paying for the parts. If you need parts for it, make sure the school pays you for that. James linked. I'm assuming that's the high five video. Better print without it, so it's a win. Well, it seems to be printing with it fine. I don't use the factory one. I printed this guy. And it seems to work. It seems to work pretty well. I just forgot to put it on. I was so excited to get printing. So, and then, like I said, I didn't know it was going to actually print, and like it laid down a beautiful first layer. We should be able to read the print on the bottom of this thing. And all of a sudden I realized that it was really kind of selfish of me not to be sharing this with you guys. Most of you were here through the whole entire build process on this. So 3D Maker Kid. 3D Maker Kid, do we know one another? Have we met? If not, let me know what your first name is. I like to learn at least one person's name in every stream, and I'm really bad with names, so I may not remember. I'll work on it. But 3D Maker Kid is 7 away from 50. So, we should just have a telethon. Maybe that's, we'll get some people together and do like a Google Hangout live stream, and we'll do it like a telethon, to get everybody to go and subscribe to other people. Unfortunately, I have a hard time subbing to people while I'm doing the live streams. So tweet me, email me, something. Just remind me. Victor says, hi, I noticed you were in Gainesville, Florida not too long ago. Are you local from Gainesville? Yes, I'm down south of Ocala. We were in Gainesville at the Gainesville Maker Faire. Guys are just typing too fast. How many people do we have in here right now? It says 25, but it seems like you guys are typing faster than 25 people. I'm probably going to butcher your name. Is it Shay or Che? Xander is on the other side of this wall playing video games with his friend. You actually just missed him. He popped over for a quick cameo second. It is, okay, so it's Cheyenne. So is it pronounced Shy? Bennett. Okay, 3D Maker Kid's name is Bennett. I'm going to work on remembering. I'm choosing you today. You're the one that I'm choosing to remember. And don't be offended if I don't remember, because I really have a hard time with names. So, my brother's name is Glenn. Is it spelled with one N or two? Because if it's one N, it's not right. Okay, so you go by Cheyenne? I mean, I just see that it says C-H-E-Y, so I just assumed, and I know it's not safe to assume. See, now that's 2 names I learned today. So I got to remember Bennett, though. If you have content up, I will subscribe. I can use subscribing to others as iTunes out of things to watch. I run autocorrect. My hands are smoking. I'm typing so fast. Ron, I'm going to have to look. I want to say it began with a B. It was like B-I-O-U-S or something. It's not the one you bought. That one was too expensive for my wallet. So I did some digging. This one had pretty good reviews. It's a 30 amp, and I'm pleased with it. I had to make my own custom bottom for it and brackets because the screw holes don't line up, but James types fast, so it just seems faster. You can learn my wife's name. Why? Her name is Kay. Like Agent. I'm going to start calling her Agent K. That'll be fun. Bennett is asking, will you be at Murph? And yes, we are so going to Murph. I'm so excited. When we were going to New York Maker Faire, we made like 9 videos about us going to Maker Faire. And I've been trying not to do that with Murph. But I'm really excited. So yes, we will be at Murph. Surprise, surprise, I'll be dressed like this. If you see us, please do not hesitate to approach us. I am very socially awkward, so if I'm weird with you, it's not because I'm being weird with you, it's just because I'm weird. I'm very, very introverted, and I try to not be, but I am very introverted. Talking to a camera is a lot easier to me than talking to somebody face to face. So if I seem a little standoffish, or if you feel like I'm blowing you off, there's a 99% chance I'm not, unless I have to pee. You know, if I gotta go, you know, that's no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so please, if it feels like I'm being a little standoffish or weird, it's just because I'm socially awkward. So, but yes, if you see us, please. It'll make Xander's day if you yell, "Xander, I need a selfie." It'll just make his day. So, yes, James will be at Murph. Unfortunately, Martin from Iceland will not be at Murph this year. It's sad. We would have liked to have had him there, but I use a 500 watt ATX power supply. I desoldered what I didn't need, but it runs my printer great and all my lighting too. Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of like people do that and some how-tos and stuff. But I don't know. It's just so bulky, and this thing wasn't very much. It was only like $20 for this power supply, and 30 amps should be. I mean, it ran on 20 before, so 30 amps should be plenty. I meant to time how fast this thing got up to temperature, and I didn't. Make sure that you guys stop by 3D PPGH booth. Those are my friends. Oh, we're gonna hit everybody. We're not exhibiting. We don't have a table, other than the fact that John, you do it, he's gotten a table that he's doing half for the Friday night 3D printing. Friday night 3D printing channel hangout. I can't even remember what all the initials are anymore, but so if I get tired or I want someplace to kind of back myself to a wall, I'll probably hang out there for a little bit, but otherwise we'll be out on the floor, and we'll be there both Saturday and Sunday. We'll be there Friday night. I don't really know what's going on Friday night, but we'll be there definitely Saturday and Sunday during the day. Great, you look like you know a lot more than me about 3D printers that I do. Are you willing to meet up and help me with my Prusa? Victor, if you're going to be at Murph, yeah, come talk to me. I don't know if I'll necessarily be able to help, but I mean, if not, there's going to be people there to help. If you're not going to be at Murph, you can shoot me an email, glenn@funking3d.com, and I'll do whatever I can to help. I mean, if I don't know the answer, I know the people who do know the answer. So, okay, James, that's the short version of her name, short form of her name. So, all right, we'll have to work on that. That benchy doesn't look so crappy. No, I don't know. The hull looks a little rough, but we'll find out when we pop it up off of there. Oh, Cheyenne is a friend of Xander's from school. I see. Well, that's all right. Well, thanks for being here anyway. I don't mind. More bodies in the room, the better. Wish I could go to Murph, but it's a long trip. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to say it again. You know, just because nobody else has done it doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know, start putting it together. Find some people. Even just get the ball rolling and then step out and let somebody take off with it. If I'm not mistaken, Murph was started by See Me CNC. So, which is why it's in Goshen, but yeah, I mean, definitely check that out. Anyone else lagging? Sholm's apparently having a little bit of lagging issues, which could be this computer. It says my stream health is great, my internet connection is great, so who knows? It could just be I'm using 70% of my processor, now 77, 73. So I mean, it's not maxing my machine out yet, but I'm still checking with people. Cold gear. Oh, okay, that's fine, Ron. I appreciate it. Anything you can get. I mean, if you can't, that's fine too. We'll figure it out. I mean, I don't know if they're going to play in the snow for very long anyway. I think they're going to hate it being that cold. So there's nothing wrong with being weird. No, you know, sometimes you got to be weird to be who you are. Martin says I'm introverted too, and we'll meet someday. And we'll just stand in the same room saying nothing. That works fine for me. I always try to find myself somewhere where I can put my back against a wall so that I know nobody will come up from behind me. The Florida sun is now running an ATX power supply? Well, yes, I would imagine that printer is definitely not running the factory power supply anymore. So, Glenn, please stop by the 3D. What is 3D PPGH? Tell me what that is. I probably know, but tell me what that is. But I'll definitely get there. Will you be hanging out there, Bennett? You said you were going to go to Murph, right? So, community, that's it, not channel, community. Friday night 3D printing community hangout. No, the ATX power supply, I know it's not a big deal to do it, but just size-wise, so. God, you guys are typing too fast. Ron the Happy Extruder says, got to run. Great conversation there. Have a great time at Murph. And Ron, you got a couple of days. You got like 3 days. If you decide you want to put your butt in a seat, I got a seat, brother. You can go with us. I think I will email you then. I'm in Gainesville. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's not too far away. Yeah, so if we got to get together, we could definitely do that. Hey, Xander. Cheyenne says hi. What? Hi. He said hi back. I don't know if he's going to pop around the corner or not, but Benchy should come out good. I've seen A8 produce a better Benchy than more expensive printers. Absolutely. I told you I've got one that I can compare to off of my Prusa, and you'll be hard pressed to tell the difference. So, Shane's here. Hello, Shane. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you guys start all talking to each other, and then I got nothing to read. 3D Printing Club of Pittsburgh. Awesome. Awesome. That's what I'm really looking forward to the most. I mean, I guess what I'm looking forward to the most with going to Murph is getting to see some people that I haven't seen in a while, and some people that I've never seen before, and people who I have like friendships with that I've never met in person, which is kind of weird to me. But the show itself, what I'm looking forward to it over a maker fair is the fact that it's primarily people there just to show what they've done and what they can do and what they've come up with. You know, like it's not a trade show, which is what excites me. So, James, I could use a ride to Murph Glen. Mind swinging by Canada? Sure, no problem. It's right on the way. Dude, you're not that far from Ron. You could have ridden with Ron. Of course, then you would have had to go down instead of just coming over. So, but. And well, I think Ron's gone, but the other Ron has room in his room for the Happy Extruder, so he could ride with us and bunk with Ron. You know, like he'd have a cheap weekend. So I know why Ron can't go. He's got some things that he's got to take care of around the house, and so I understand. Bennett says he can't go to Murph. That's sad, but. Don't necessarily chalk it up for next year. ERRF, which is the East Coast Rep Raff Festival, is at the end of June it's in Maryland. It's in, God, it's going to kill me. I got to go look so that you guys have the information. I can keep talking and you guys can keep hearing me. You just can't see me. It is June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, and I didn't write down where it is. Hang on. I will find my original notes. Bel Air, Maryland. Somebody probably already put that in the chat, but it's in Bel Air, Maryland, which is about an hour north of Washington, D.C. So you may not have to wait all the way until next year to go to Murph. You could go to IRF if the end of June works for you better, too. One question, what is Murph? Murph is the Midwest Rep Rap Festival. It is just a big gathering. It's like a maker's fair, but it's just 3D printing. There's nothing else there. It's all just 3D printing and tacos. 3D printing and tacos. And almost all of us are staying in the same hotel, which is going to be crazy. Oh, you guys are already answering the question. Sure, don't wait for me. Justin is here. Hello, Justin. Yes, the AM8 is finally running, and as I've explained to everybody, I was kind of working on it today, and I didn't do it on stream because Xander is busy playing video games with his friend, and I got it going, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and throw a print on it and see if it goes. And as soon as it started printing, I thought, oh, this is completely selfish of me. I need to be sharing this with everybody, being that most of you were here during the building, and so here it is. And this has really been fun. It's actually nice to do a live stream and chit chat with you guys without actually having to do any work. Love the color code of the printer. Absolutely, it has to be black and yellow. When it was on the acrylic frame, everything I printed for it was yellow, so that it began to take the whole Fun King black and yellow thing. And so that's why I decided to do, when I decided to do this, I went with the black extrusion and the black corner braces and stuff. I even ordered yellow. You can't see it. Oh yeah, I guess you can rate. I don't know, I can't get my finger in there without hurting it, but the LCD ribbon cable is yellow down there on the table. I can't get my finger in, down underneath there. Bennett, for some reason, Nightbot doesn't like what you said. Oh, because you typed in all caps. Nightbot hates all caps. And it wants to dance with you. And it timed you out for 5 seconds. Nightbot is so harsh. I forgot there's a word. I have to go through the spam filter word because there's a word in there and I forget what it was. I think it was like dork or something that knocked somebody out one night too. I'm going to call my new build on AM8H, as everything is going to be bigger, H meaning hybrid. Well, that's cool. I was going to go bigger on this too. I wanted to at least do like a longer, well, I was going to do a taller Z first. I said I'll do a taller Z. And then I thought, well, I'll make a longer Y as well. But by the time I added up all of the parts, I could have just bought, in fact, what I put into this, what I have invested here, I could have definitely bought a CR10, like the A8 itself and then everything I bought. But if I would have started to expand it, I could just buy a CR10. It just wasn't worth it to me, so. You guys will have to let me know what motel you're staying, and I'll just camp out in my van like I do everywhere I go. If you're talking about Murph, everybody and their brother will be at the Hampton Inn Goshen. Apparently there's 2 Hampton Inns. It's the Hampton Inn Goshen is the one where everybody will be. Bennett says he'll try to be at IRF. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, at least keep that in your mind and see if you can work that out. So I'm still working on my N2 Plus clone. The frame and bed are all I've got done yet. Build area of 13 by 13 by 24. That's fantastic. And what bed did you use for that, Justin? Like something that you just ordered, and have you checked it for being flat? Because the bed on my E12 on Taser Face back there is ball shaped, and I'm starting to get it worked out. Matt from How I Do It told me about a bed jack, and I had one laying here. I don't know what I did with it, but you turn a screw and it pulls 2 wedges together like this, and it pushes up on the bed. And they're for the CR10, and they're a little too tall for this, but I wedged them in there, and it leveled the bed pretty good. So I like Country 3D's Franken printer. Absolutely. I mean, it's an extruded printer, except for he printed all of his own extrusion. CR10 500. Yeah, the CR10 S5, the 500 by 500 one, it's ridiculously expensive though. I mean, if I'm going to spend $1,000 or better on a printer, I would spend a little bit more and get a G-Max. So there's just, there's a quality issue there. The other thing that scares me about a 500 millimeter bed is how flat is that going to be? When I finished my build, I will be doing a build list and instructions, and I hope to inspire others. There you go. That is perfect. See, that's how it all starts. Somebody has to do it the first time. I'd like to have a drink with everybody. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drinking going on, but not from the Fun King side. I don't drink, and hopefully neither does Xander. I mean, he does have some bad habits. I just don't know where they stop. I got my bed from Zyltech, 330 by 330 with 24 volt. That's awesome. I'm just curious to know how flat it is. Look at that bridging. Yeah, good point. Good point, Ricardo. It is bridging, and that is without a fan. That fan is blowing straight down. It did. It bridged. It bridged with no problem. I'm so busy watching the chat, I'm not watching the benchy. Yeah, even the port holes in the front are round. I mean, they're not saggy at all. Now, keep in mind there's been zero tuning on this. Like, once I had, for those of you who missed, this rod, the x-axis was too wide. The X carriage wasn't pushing far enough onto the rods, and it was bowing the Z smooth rod. Like, I could literally look at it and see a bow, and then I loosened this upper part, and when I would move it up, it was pushing that bracket out. The same with the bottom one. So I drilled it just a little tiny bit and put it back together and fixed that. So once I could run that up and down smoothly, I put it together and leveled the bed. That's all I did to this thing. So, can it print sideways? I don't know. I don't know if it can even lay sideways. I would have to put it on something, because otherwise the side of the x-axis would touch. Maybe I could lay it back. I don't know. I'd be willing to try it, just to prove that I could do it too. Bye, Cheyenne. Sorry that your phone is dying. Thank you for being here. Sorry Xander wasn't here. I have white planes. It's the worst color to print, but other people say it's black for them. You lost me. I don't. Oh, white PLA. How would it be black? White PLA. This is white AIO, and it's a very, very clean white. And of course, you guys have all heard me talk about AIO and how I love AIO robotics, and that is great filament to me. The only complaint that I've ever heard is people say that it's more brittle, and I have noticed that, like the ends, like when you take the ends out of the roll, the ends are a little bit brittle, like it's sucked up too much moisture. But otherwise, no, it's a fantastic filament to me, and the company treats me well. They've given me a lot of stuff for giveaways. That's not why I say I like their filament, though. I do like their filament. And it is a very nice clean white. I don't like their yellow, though. Their yellow is too pale. It's not as cool as, Fun King yellow, which is made by Hatchbox. What kind of dark magic is in that AM8? Oh, I don't know. I guess I prayed to the printer gods enough that they, I don't know, I've taken good care of it, and it takes good care of me. Maybe that's all that it matters. I'm getting all the 3D printing kids that have YouTube channels in a Hangouts group. Oh, that'd be very cool. Keep me up to date on that. If you don't have my email, it's glenn@funking3d.com. Keep me up to date on that, because I'd like to get Xander involved in that. Joe Bob says hi. Hello, Joe Bob. Hang it from bolts into the hammer nuts. Hang it off the ceiling.
What did I miss?
Oh, you've missed tons of stuff. You can come over now. It's less than 4.5 hours from my house to Murph. I wish my house was that close. I'm like 17 hours away the way I'm going because I want to go to Micro Center and eat at a White Castle. I'm from up north and I haven't eaten White Castle in many, many years. So, I mean, others say black is the worst color for them to print. Oh, okay. But I find black prints are nice. It depends. Like black and white typically don't show up great on camera. Like to show them off on camera. Black hides a lot of sin, but I don't know. When Polymaker had sent me that roll of Polylite for review, they sent it's almost like a primer gray color, and I thought, well, that's not going to show up well, but it did. It showed detail really nice. So maybe that's it. You got to have a combination of the blacks and the whites. Clean bridging, yeah. I'm blown away for it not having any part cooling fan. So I mean, I have the MP Select Mini up there, which I've got finally running, and it doesn't have a parts cooling fan, and it printed a Matter Hackers filament. It did fine, and then Xander's little Fabricator Mini doesn't have a parts cooling fan. And it didn't do so well, but that could be retraction settings too. I Make Things says AIO is awesome. Yes, they are. And listen, if you guys use AIO filament, take a moment to reach out to AIO. You can shoot them a tweet, whatever, and tell them that you support them getting more colors. Because as I understand, there will be more colors coming, well, soon is from what I hear, but now I haven't heard anything lately, but I would love for them to get some more colors. And if you've never used their bright green, oh, I love their bright green. Their bright green is fantastic. Camera is a different true story. Story true, yep. White Castle now has seafood. How weird. I don't care, I just want the burgers. We have crystals down here in Florida, which people say, oh, it's the same thing. It isn't. It isn't. Micro Center is cool, but since the closest is way far away from me and Fry's is closer and more abundant where I go, I prefer Fry's. Well, I'm really going to look at the filaments. I want to see inland PLA's colors up close and, touch them and that kind of stuff. Hello, Paul. Paul Cumber is here. Hello, Paul. Paul is a friend of the channel. Paul sends us wonderful gifts. Here's Paul's maker coin, which is coming out tomorrow in tomorrow's Mailbag Monday, so you get a little preview of that. As far as the Fry's thing, I did debate going to Fry's on this trip, but I'm afraid that I would spend a bunch of money I don't have. So I can bring you a Crave case, save you from gassing the family on the ride up. No way. I want that uncomfortable belly the whole way. We're going to somewhere in Kentucky. It'll be the point where we have to stop to sleep anyway. So we're just gonna eat, and then we'll all be miserable for the rest of the trip. Bennett, my email address is Glenn, GLENN, at funking3d.com. Or if you just go to funking3d.com, you can go to the contact page and go that way too. That's fine. Or funking3d on Twitter. I love Twitter. That's the best place to reach me. Email is good too, because I always watch my email. But Mike Whaley said 245 miles. Yeah, no, I'm not even close to that. I have Illinois green. It's a fantastic bright color. Oh, luminous. Oh, boy, autocorrect is killing you today. A luminous green. Who makes a luminous green? Who's the manufacturer? So are you going to the Sharonville Micro Center? No, it's just north of Atlanta to the east. Just north of Atlanta, I want to say maybe Duluth, no, Marietta. I can't remember. But just north of Atlanta is Roswell, Georgia. It's not the good Roswell. If you're ever going to Roswell, go to the other Roswell. And then it's to the east off of 75. Cheyenne's back. Technology insert, hey, from Germany. See, that's what is fun about doing earlier live streams is you get people from all over. I take your word for it on the filament. I just ordered AIO PLA multi-pack of 12. That's the best way to do it, Martin. That 12-pack is a really screamingly good deal. So, and then you get all the colors. So, AIO was kind enough to send us a 3D printing pen to demo at Gainesville Maker Faire, and Xander had an absolute blast with it. And they told us that, they said you can keep it or give it away or whatever you want to do with it. And we actually opted to keep it, not because it's so cool, though it is really cool. I wanted to make sure that I got to do videos on it and show it off because it's a really nice piece of equipment. So, of course, Martin, you always print with like matter hackers and stuff, so you might hate it because it's a cheap filament. No, it's really not. It's a really good filament. I like it. You'll be staying in my state. London, Kentucky has a White Castle right off the interstate. Second exit. I've actually been to London, Kentucky. I wonder why that one didn't come up in my search. I will look. In fact, I think I've eaten at that particular White Castle. London, Kentucky isn't far from the Big Bone Lick State Park, right? Verify that for me. Please tell me you've heard of the Big Bone Lick State Park and the Beaver Lick Trading Post. I got it. I'm sending you an email saying hi now. Perfect. Paul, how's it going? Glenn, it's going really well, brother. We're really excited to finally have the, this is Rocket. Rocket Raccoon. All of my printers are named after Guardian of the Galaxy characters. And the AM8 is finally running, and I'm really excited to have it back up and running. I'm going to confess to you guys that I was printing the other day, and with this plethora of printers I had one printer running properly. And I was quite annoyed. So, in fact, my batches of Maker Coin, which is running back here, takes 12 hours to make 12 of them. They're an hour a piece. And I was in the middle of a print and I needed other stuff, and I had no other printer that was running properly to print. So, shipping was just as much as the filament, though. Yeah, that's a killer. That's a killer, Martin. And other than buying a whole container load of something, I don't know how you would fix that. Cool boat. Yep, that's a Benchy. I have, I don't know if you guys can see, maybe if I change cameras for a moment. Right here on the shelf, all of those are Benchies. Here on the corner I have some Makey robots, but I have a little row of Benchies going. And when I first started in the whole 3D printing thing, I wasn't big on the Benchy. But turns out it's not a bad little print. It's a great test. And Daniel Noré, the guy who designed it, he's a pretty nice guy, so, I got to support him. The print is looking very, very good. Yeah, we'll wait until we can when we get it off there, because, again, this monitor isn't great. So I don't know how well it's showing up at home, but we'll really critique it when we pluck it off of there. I'm glad you've done an earlier live stream. Absolutely. I'm glad I did an earlier live stream too, and maybe it can happen more often. I don't know. I never knew how well it would be received during the day, but it was I don't know if it was last week or the week before. We just did an impromptu on a Sunday and ended up with doing a one-on-one with Joel, which was awesome. And I don't know. A lot of people showed up for it, so I figured today would be a good day too. So, oh, we're done. We're done. All right, we'll let that bed cool down just a bit before I pluck it off there because I don't want to mess up the bottom. So, we have no power because we are rebuilding our house. Well, that's terrible. I mean, it's good that you're rebuilding your house, but it's terrible to not have power. I don't know what I would do. Everything I do requires power. That week we had no power because of the hurricane. I was going out of my mind. What is happening about that thing that was sent to you broken? I hope he's making another one for you. Oh, you're talking about my stained glass? Okay, so full disclosure on that. For those of you who don't know, Rennie, Renaissance Tinker Dork, that's what he does. That's his making. He does stained glass. And he reached out to me and asked me if he could make me a stained glass window. And I love anything with my logo on it. So, of course, I said, heck yeah. And it took me a couple of weeks to finally decide what size I wanted. And he made it, and the post office destroyed it. It's all busted all through here and stuff, and it's busted all up here. It literally looks like they sat on the box on the way here. So I took photos of everything. It was FedEx. Look, a piece of that fell off. It was FedEx that boxed the window, and it was the post office that shipped it. And so FedEx is covering, they're giving him back the money that they charged him to box it, and the post office is giving him $100 in shipping insurance, which to me isn't enough for the amount of time that he took to do it, but he's taken it in very good strides. He's asked me to send that one back because he can reuse it. So he'll be able to, the pieces that aren't broken, he'll be able to reuse those, and he'll be able to rebuild it. So he's taken it a lot better than I have. So, again, I talk too much, and then now you guys outran me. I live about a half hour from that exit in London. I should buy your family lunch when you all stop for the White Castles. It'll actually be, well, now I got to check. Now I got to check to see where London is versus where we were going to stop. Because wherever we stop to eat, that's where we're going to grab a hotel room for the night. But I will look into it and I will reach out to you. I have your contact information. Because it would be cool to meet up. I would have no problem. I bet your family would rather eat at the Cheddar's, though. No, we're going to eat at White Castle. I actually just bid. I just bid a Cheddar's. They're building a Cheddar's not far from here. I just bid doing the stonework on it. For those of you who don't know, I'm a construction estimator. Alternate James is here. Hello. Paul says, I use blue tape as well on my 3D printer. Yeah, Xander was making fun of me because every printer we have has blue tape on it, but it just works well. But I do have a Anycubic for this that I'm going to try. Gecko Tech actually just sent us a sheet to test out that I'm going to test on the E12. They sent us a sheet for review. The Golden Nation light said, woohoo, I guess because of the boat. I don't know what else was woohoo. I'm pretty excited about that. So, Sunday surprise streams, yes. Maybe that's what I'll call them, Sunday surprise streams, and I'll just start them at weird times during Sundays. Sean said I'll be in and out. That's all right. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. This was really just kind of a quick impromptu stream, and I always say that, and then it goes for like 3-4 hours because you people never let me leave. I know it's bad. Oh my God, we just got power. Yay. Okay, good. Now you got power back. Darn FedEx, I'm glad he is getting something back for it, though. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it, too. He wasn't even sure if there was any insurance on it because it was his wife that shipped it. And then, so he'll end up I mean, like the packaging cost him the money, but at least he'll get the $100 plus his shipping back. So, got one of prizes yesterday, FedEx. It was delivered to the wrong place. Yeah. Well, again, now this was a FedEx store, so it might have just been a pack and ship. I don't know. It was definitely, I mean, he said it was FedEx. I don't know if it was FedEx that packs it, but FedEx didn't do the shipping. I typically don't have too much problem with FedEx shipping. It just seems that the USPS, the Postal Service, sits on my boxes. I get my maker boxes. They come in and they look like they've been sat on. So, Ricardo, great. You have inspired me to work on my AM8 now. I think I want to try stock firmware. Marlin 1.1.8 is a task and not fun to dial in one portion at a time. Yeah, well, because of the recent AM8 or A8 that caught fire and everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't be running stock firmware. I am thinking about upgrading it, but as of right now, it's running the stock. That should be cool enough. Whoop. I got to put on my Superman glasses. Now, the text, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this to you guys. You guys are going to have to tell me if the focus is good on that, because the monitor that it's on is terrible. But there is definitely some, I don't even know. It's not ringing, but there's like maybe slight layer shift. Can you guys see that? Somebody tell me if that's showing up okay. I'm going to run down. The lady was nice and delivered it yesterday. I thought you were an IT guy who worked remote. No, actually, I'm a construction estimator and the IT manager for a construction company, and I do work remote. I work from here at the house. So, but my primary job is to run the estimating department, and then just fix everything that breaks. That's technology-wise. Use glue stick, works better. Hate glue stick. I just don't like the surface. Not that I like the surface that tape leaves either, but I don't know. I don't really have an issue. I've never had an issue with adhesion. And if I do run into an adhesion issue, Magic Goo all the way. Magic Goo, if you like glue stick, Bennett, you got to try Magic Goo. It's amazing. You put it on, you print, and as soon as the bed cools, you'll hear the piece pop off. And then you can just walk over and pick it up. I make things, I'm out. Time to make some dinner. Congrats on the successful AM8 build plus first print. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Are you watching for that Monday video also? Absolutely. It'll be out tomorrow at noon. Is that an army of maker coins on the MK2? Yes, it is. That is number 83 through 94. So I will be showing up with at least 94 coins. I'm trying to make it to 100 before we go. It takes an hour per coin. Can't get the extruder to play nice, so I can try 1.1.6. They have short drivers, need the maker boxes to see over the steering wheel. They stack them up on the seat so they can see over the wheel. That is a bright white. Focus is no bueno. Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to pull my OBS over to this other monitor. Yeah, that is really, really washed out, isn't it? Okay, so let me take my controls. I am running Linux on this machine that I stream from. And just because it doesn't have as much overhead as Windows, and this machine's not very strong, so things are a little weird. Let me try gain. Nope, gain's already down, so I'm gonna bring the exposure down quite a bit. Let's go down to 140. That seems like a little better. I can't see the chat at all, so if you guys are saying stuff right now, I can't see it. So if you want to say bad things about me, now's the time. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. How does that look to you guys? Yeah, you guys talk too much and it ran off. Marlin support ANET now, so you can get a Marlin on the A8. That's what I understand too. Not really showing up in video. It's so bright on camera. Nice little boat. Cool job. Fair enough. I love Magigoo. Thanks for suggesting it, Glenn. Absolutely. And what was cool, Keith from Magigoo reached out to me on Twitter the other day, just out of the blue. I hadn't chatted with him in a while, and he asked if we were going to Murph, and yes, we're going to Murph. And he said to make sure to look out. Edward's going to be there, and he goes, he's got some stuff for you. I'm like, sweet. So I love swag. I'm a swag guy. Do you have to reapply Magigoo every print? No, about, well, sometimes up to about 10 prints, but if you put it on, if like a print or two, just wipe it with a damp paper towel to kind of rejuvenate it, and it'll go again. You'll get at least 5-6 uses out of every application. You have them serialized. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Cheyenne's got to go. Bye, Cheyenne. Bad things about Glenn, no hair. Well, I don't know if that's a bad thing. Sometimes it causes a little bit of shine. I had to take 2 of the light bulbs out of the light above me because of the shine off my head. Bennett's got to go. Good night, Bennett. You're a cool guy. We can't say bad things about you. Well, you can always say bad things about everybody, but we shouldn't. We should all be positive. I love the 3D printing community because it is all positive. So, looks better, still hard to make out layers. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how to make it better. What I will do, I will promise you guys that I will snap some high resolution photos of this, and then I will upload it to, well, I'll put it on our Instagram, which we don't use that often, and then I'll also share it over to Twitter. Put it on the Twitters. So if you want to check it out that way, Red Light 34. Hey guys, how are you doing today? We're doing fantastic. The AM8 is alive and has printed a benchy. It's pretty good. I don't know, you guys. I know it's so hard to see. There's so much light in here. I have so much light pointing at me. I don't know if I've shared with all of you guys, but here's a quick peek behind the scenes. I have all of these lights. I have all these lights shining at me, and then I have this bar light right here shining at me. So you get to see a little quick and dirty behind the scenes. How's that? Not too many YouTubers will show you the magic. And if you guys didn't catch it, there's a pink Post-it note stuck to my camera that says Booger Eater. And that's because when I'm filming with the kids, I tell them, I say, look at Booger Eater, and then it kind of makes them chuckle, and then I can start filming. Let's see, where did you guys are just feeding me too much stuff. NJ Printing is live. What, are you trying to come in here and steal my people? Noah and Joshua. So, actually, you know what? Let's, I'm gonna share that link. Because I think that I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. The printer printed, we got a benchy. I'm gonna put some pictures out. So if you guys want to, and it's not as much fun to rate a channel when they're actually paying attention to your channel. But, oh yeah, Justin said raid. So everybody just go over there and just like, I don't know, start rating like Fun King's better, Fun King. No, don't do that. But let's all head over to NJ Printing's channel and just let's just blow up their chat. Mike, never let the machines win. You made it in. but we're gonna kill it. So, for those who didn't see, 3D Benchy. I know it's so exciting, but it's the AM8 that's the exciting part. And of course, now it's all out of focus. James Frank's YouTube channel is giving away a huge bottle of Magic Goo. Somebody said that Magic Goo smells like feet. I can't remember who that was. I don't remember if it was Tom Sandlander. Somebody did. But if you ever have a bottle of Magic Goo that's stinky, get hold of Magic Goo because chances are that went bad. So, what's the printer you have beside you? That is an AM8 A8 that has been converted to an AM8 with a aluminum extrusion frame. Let's see if I can bring that into focus. There we go. So it's just an ANET A8, and then it's had an aluminum extrusion frame and all PETG parts printed for it. So with all those lights, you must feel like a bag of McDonald's fries. Yeah. Well, they're all LED, so they don't put off too much heat, but it's that's why I squint when I look at the monitor because I'm being blinded constantly. So. NJ, great. Great. NJ Printing killed it for us all. No, I really, I don't know how long we've been going. I guess I can move this window and be able to see. Looks like we've already been on for an hour and a half, and I was really only planning on maybe a half hour to an hour. I didn't know how long the Benchy would take. So, yeah. So everybody go ahead and just slide on over to NJ Printing, their live stream, and let's see what's going on over there. It'll give me a chance to clean up this mess around me. Thank you, Paul. You take care of yourself too, and God bless you. We appreciate it. I'm watching them right now. I got you both on. Well, it would be really fun if I just pulled up a screen image of their stream and we could all watch their stream, except for I would get the watch credit for it. Everybody go check out Askew View 3D's designs on there. They've got a Thingiverse and a My Mini Factory both. Ron yelled Uncle Jesse, and I don't know why. Glenn just flashed stock firmware. Wish me luck. Going to try some test prints. Awesome. I see you have a food dehydrator on your wish list. Yes, I do. Thanks for looking at my wish list. And I don't know. I don't know if you're in this room. I'm glad you said that. I don't know if you're in this chat room right now, but whoever it was that sent me that Logitech C270 camera, thank you so much. That is so awesome. I just completely anonymous. Don't know who it came from, but it's awesome. So I've already got it strapped to the MK2S with the manual focus ring on it and stuff. But
how did the Benchy turn out?
Not too bad for no tweaking on that thing. And an old, that was just an old G-code from when it was a regular A8. I see you have a food dehydrator on your wish list. I have to get one. Top, I was printing a Meathead. When it finished, you could crush it in your hand. Yeah. I picked that food dehydrator based on Joe Mike's video. There's actually one that they sell for 3D printing. It's the exact same unit. It just has 2 big dishes instead of the 6 little ones. So you do have to cut out the inside of those dishes, but for $40, it's definitely something I'm going to pick up after Murph. So Justin said good night. Toto guy retracted his message. Cheers, Glenn. See you later. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for being here. Hello, John Mack. You actually just missed the thread. We're kind of wrapping it up right now, but we're all going to hop over to NJ Printing's live stream. If somebody could grab, I don't know if somebody's already on there, if you could grab the, let me do it real quick. I'm going to grab the link. Go to the YouTubes. Sorry, I stopped talking. When I can't see the chat, it's like I forget you guys are here. Then I, sing and do weird things. So here is a link to, if it doesn't screw it up, but a link to NJ's live stream. So we'll pop over there. Uncle Jesse said it smelled like, that's right, it was Uncle Jesse that said it smelled like feet. But yeah, if the bottles sit on the shelf too long, or if they're not sealed, they will develop a smell. So if you ever get a bottle of Magic Goo and it, like, new, it's stinky, get with Magic Goo and they will most likely take care of you. Watch Chris Riley's latest video. I did, Rover, I did check that out, the trade, that was awesome. How I get a live stream, you do it right through Twitter or right through Facebook. Let's try that again. You do it right through YouTube, and actually if you go up to the, I think you have to have a certain number of subscribers first, but once you have a certain number of subscribers, you can actually just hit a button and go live now. You don't even need software to do it. Where is your wish list? If you go to funking3d.com/support, down at the bottom there's a link to our wish list. So we have one of those influencer lists of stuff that we use, and then we have a wish list that I just keep of stuff that we want for the channel. It's mainly for our purpose, so I can keep track of it, but it's fun to every once in a while have somebody buy you something off of there. I think you should put more things on your list, though. Yes, I definitely need to add more things in there. But, I mean, if you guys are feeling generous, and I love the generosity of all of you, gift cards, Amazon gift cards work really well for me as well. So, everybody's saying hi, Xander. Hi, Xander. Goodbye, Paul. Thank you for being here. Goodbye, Ricardo. Thank you for being here. I picked up a barely used food dehydrator from a local buy-sell site for $20 Canadian. That's awesome. That's like $6 in US. No, just teasing. I will come and say hi to you at Murph. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody out there, if you see us, we will be in Fun King garb. Please approach us, and I'll say it again. If you missed it the first time I said it, if you come up and I'm a little standoffish or awkward or weird with you, it's because I'm very, very introverted, and I'm very socially awkward. So if I feel like I'm blowing you off, I promise I'm not, and you're just going to have to keep talking to me. Congrats, Glenn. You just helped send NJ Printing over 150 subs. They are kind of excited. Oh, that's so fantastic. 153 now. Perfect. All right. Well, let's. I posted the link. I'm going to post it again. Let's hop over there. Oh, I love Raspberry Pis, Justin. Raspberry Pis are my friend. I have one on every printer that I have except for this one. Now I got to get another one for this one. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I love the crowd, the interaction. I love talking with you guys. One last time, if you guys are going to be at Murph, we will be at Murph. Please approach us. Please talk to us. Please let us know who you are. Don't feel bad if I don't remember your name. It's just kind of the way it works. Go see NJ Printing. In fact, they're back in our chat. Shh. Go hop over to their chat. I'll hop over there for a few minutes, and we'll just completely just annihilate their chat. So thank you guys so much, and we'll do this again maybe next week.